Good morning, Susan. How are you?
Doing well, thanks. Although it's kinda scary what's going on with cuts and school aid right now. My two boys came home from school talking about it yesterday. They keep hearing that their teachers are worried for their jobs and school programs are going to be cut, all because of Governor Christie's plan.
Really? That's not what I've heard and read. According to what I've been reading, the governor has been trying to make our education system more accountable and focused on higher standards. Besides, did you know in the governor's most recent budget, every district in New Jersey saw an increase in education aid?
But I thought New Jersey has some of the best schools in the country. I don't get why the governor is trying to change everything now.
It's true, New Jersey does have some of the best schools and best teachers in the country. But there are a lot of kids who aren't getting access to a good education, particularly in less affluent areas. Did you know there are 104,000 kids in 200 schools that have been deemed chronically failing? And what's crazy is that in some of these failing schools, the government is spending $33,000 per pupil per year. But they are still failing.
Well, if the governor takes money away from schools, how is that going to make things better? Teachers and principals all need to be paid. Won't they quit if they get their wages cut?
Governor Christie doesn't want to take money away from teachers, but he wants to make sure that the ones we are paying for are effective. In fact, the governor keeps saying that he wants to pay the good teachers more. But he also wants to make sure that teachers who aren't being effective aren't allowed to stay in the front of the classroom.
Well, that makes sense. But you can really tell a good teacher from a bad teacher. I mean, it's all based on standardized tests, and I don't think it would be fair to base a teacher's salary solely on test scores. Wouldn't that be a little scary?
Nothing is ever going to be 100% perfect right away, but that's no excuse not to try. Why waste time at the expense of our kids if we have a system that leaves enough room to improve and change where we need to? That's why the governor's plan for evaluating teachers recognizes the importance and limits of test scores. 50% will be based on student achievement and another 50% will be based on teacher practice. Local districts are even able to have some input on developing the system.
I don't know. What if a teacher just has a bad student who keeps scoring poorly?
That's the thing. No teacher would be evaluated based on a single test score. Instead, a teacher will be evaluated on evidence of a student's improvement, not on a single test score. And the teacher's performance would also be based on observations, since innovation and creative practices employed in the classrooms can't be measured by numbers alone. Besides, would you really want a teacher who is consistently rated as ineffective to teach your son, Daniel, next year when he goes to the 5th grade?
Well, no. But the teachers' union doesn't seem very happy. They keep saying that Governor Christie wants to take away tenure and doesn't care about our teachers.
That's just not true. Governor Christie's plan actually protects good teachers. The way things work now, teachers are given tenure after 3 years without any sort of evaluation as to how well they are doing. They basically have a job for life. Governor Christie wants to make sure that when teachers receive tenure, they stay effective as long as they are in the classroom. According to what the governor has proposed, teachers can only lose their tenure if they are consistently rated somewhat ineffective or rated ineffective. I think that seems fair, and I know I don't want my son to land with a teacher who isn't going to help him grow and improve.
I get what you were saying, but what about kids in poorer areas? If I were a teacher, I would make sure to be in an affluent school district so that I knew I was getting kids who can focus more on school and have parents who will make sure they do their homework.
Well, think about this. If you're a teacher and you go into a poor district with kids who score a lot lower on standardized tests, there's a lot more room for improvement. If you're in the classroom with kids scoring below average and by the end of the year they show a lot of improvement, you'll get rewarded for it. The way things work now, no matter how much students improve, teachers get the same raise every year. So in reality, there's no real incentive behind getting students to perform above average.
That sounds fair to me. I guess some people are just scared of change. I mean, I can see how a teacher might have doubts about if Governor Christie's reform proposals will actually improve the system.
Sure, but that's why you need to know what he's really calling for. He's reforming the system to enact a fair evaluation system, protect good teachers and pay teachers more. New Jersey spent nearly $25 billion alone in 2009 and 2010, which means money alone isn't the answer. How else will our kids keep up with other states and the rest of the world?